Well, hi everyone. This is Larry, and I just wanted to let you know that yes, indeed, I am back. Let me get straightened out on my wheelchair here. It's kind of weird doing this on camera, but I am trying to get everything together so I can continue on with our discussion of living well with a disability. I've got my notebook here, and I've got some things I want to talk about that are in and out of the notebook. Inside the notebook, I'm going to just go cover some topics like bullet topics. Where we're coming from is a place where we talked about detours in our road to success and our road to fulfilling our goals. And what we're looking at now is what causes these detours. That's our section two. And it says when a plan doesn't work out, it's natural to ask why. What went wrong? Asking these questions naturally leads to answers. For example, if you didn't stick to your nutritional plan, you might ask yourself, why didn't I eat better this last week? The answer might be detours such as a busy work schedule, arguing with a family member, or an unexpected birthday party. When you hit detours on the path to your goal, have your reaction to see them clearly and understand them is what you mean for your journey. Okay, where does this frustration come from? And it's frustration comes from several different places, but the piece I want to talk about is that it comes from yourself. I've been dealing with my psychologist. I'm gonna set the book over to the side for a minute. I'll get it again here in a minute, but I've been dealing with a psychologist doing this weight loss uh, path that I'm on. Good news, I will give you my great news that actually, over the past year, I have dropped from 500, about 590 pounds at one point, all the way down to 508, which was just told to me day for yesterday. So, and this, oh God, I can't remember what the day is. It's Friday yeah, let me look on the phone. Oh, have an old timer here for a second. It's Friday the 19th. Anywho, of May. Wow, I'm just really screwing that up. Anyways, guys, dealing with my psychologist, I've learned a lot of things, and I've learned to uh, live life a little differently than what I used to. I've learned to focus out of some of the issues that have been bugging me for most of my life. Uh, she's teaching me such things as mindfulness and and living in the now and not necessarily living in the past with the hurts or living in the future because in the past there's nothing you can do about what happened in the past. Living in the now, you can help direct yourself into where you would like to be in the future. So that's the importance of that. But you can't keep your mind on constantly on that what's going to be like when this happens. With me and my weight loss surgery, if I sat there and constantly, all I thought about was me, I don't know, surfing on a beach somewhere. Uh, I would, and that was in my mind all the time. I would forget about, I got to take my insulin. I got to do this. I got to watch what I eat. I got to, it wouldn't be as poignant to me. I mean, now there is something to be said for visualization and for uh, setting those goals. And maybe, I mean, my goal is never going to be to ride on a surfboard, but I mean, to be able to travel and things like that's my main goal. Uh, so for me to just think about all these places I want to travel to and keep that as foremost of my thoughts is kind of detrimental to me. So basically, I need to live in the now. What can I do now to work and make those future plans happen? And the same thing is with these roadblocks and stuff we talked about. in our classes. Once you come upon these roadblocks, whether they be environmental roadblocks, whether they be physical roadblocks, whether they be mental roadblocks, emotional roadblocks, things like that, you have to realize that a roadblock is something that can cause you great frustration. Sometimes you just have to back away from it. Like I've used this cliche so many times. Back away from that wall you're hitting your head against and look to see if there's an open door next to you. Uh, get around that roadblock somehow. It may not be the exact same path that you intended to go, but you know, our life is like that. Life is like a meandering stream, and you know, there's some rapids here, and then there's some smooth areas, and those rapids where you're bouncing against rocks, and you know, if you're a rock and you're bouncing against other rocks, and it's knocking the edge off of you and everything. Well, by the time you get to the end of the stream, to where you're going to land forever, you're smoothed out, and you're like it's like you've been in a tumbling machine. That's where these big, beautiful, round, smooth rocks come from. They've been ground down. Uh, Life is kind of like that, you know. It's that sandpaper that knocks off our rough courses, our rough edges. But we have to accept it. You accept that the bad's there. So, and after it happens, there's not really a lot we can do about it. But we can go move forward uh, without being so butthurt about what happened in the past. And I mean, that's easy to say, you know, guys. I know it is. Uh, Take somebody who's been recently injured, and they've had a broken back or something like that, and now they're paraplegic or quadriplegic, and they have to deal with going from yesterday I was running across the street to play with the kids. Today I can't walk. That's a definite roadblock toward any life dreams and life goals this person has. And you have to reset and begin a whole new method, a whole new trip toward meeting life goals. Uh, I know right now, if you are recently injured, it is easier said than done. Uh, I'm saying this because I have a friend who told me about another gentleman who got hurt out in the oil field, and I just want to say, I hope they get better soon. But as with that, you go through your natural stages of grief, and you know you go through the disbelief, and then the denial, and then through the acceptance, and your anger, and all this goes through there until you finally just get to the point where uh, you feel like nothing for a while. You know, you feel like less than a person for a while. Um, we've all been through that. Anybody who's had a disability has come to the point where they wonder why me, why am I still here? The reason is because you have a path to go. You haven't quit. You haven't stopped rolling down that meandering stream yet. You have a trip to make to get to your final place of rest, and that may be a long ways from where you're set at now. So don't ever think that this huge area that got knocked off by the big rock as you rolled by uh, is the last of it. You know, eventually you're going to smooth out, and things life's going to get better. Once you accept everything, once you figure out how to adapt. That's what life is all about: is learning how to adapt to the things that's going on around us, to our environment. You know, we're not much different really than the cavemen. We just learned how to use different kinds of levers. You know, there's my grabber, and it's all it is a lever. It's just a string that makes this little thing go up and down. It's basic, but somebody had to think of that. Somebody had to come up with with a way to pick things up, because They could no longer bend over and grab things. Use your ingenuity. Wow, kind of getting off topic there. But guys, I know it's been a while since I've done these classes. I'm at 10 minutes and something now. I don't want to keep these much over 11 minutes because I don't want to, everybody loses interest pretty quick. Hopefully I haven't ran you off with my long meandering story. But please stick with me. I will get through these classes with you. And these classes are helping me just as much as they're helping you. There's something to be said for the old adage that if you want to learn something, teach it. Because I've had this class several times, and I never realized some of the things that was being taught to me until I started trying to teach them. And now it's making much more sense, and it's giving me tools and empowerment for my life. So yeah, you could do the same thing, guys. Teach those around you. You know, help people to help you. But also realize, like I've talked about this many times, realize that people that are not disabled have kind of a hard time understanding where we're coming from. So give them a break, give them a chance to be the best person they can be. And most people will fool you and they'll actually do the right thing. Alright guys, this is Larry for Disability No Way. Say thank you, and we will be back with another video really soon. And I'll get back into the book and get it back on my teleprompter so I can actually stick with the program. But I felt a real need today to put this out. I'm a very emotional person, I'm a very emotional person and a very how do you say it? Yeah, I can't say the words. I pick up on everything. My blood sugar must be getting a little weird because I'm having trouble picking up the word. See, that's one of my disabilities right now, is because when my blood sugar starts getting weird, I have trouble with my words. So I'm gonna get off here. I love you much. See me next time. Please subscribe. Please share this with people you know. We'll get them in there. I promise you the video quality is going to go up, and I'm going to be starting using more graphics and more. I'm going to have some music, background music and stuff along with it to make it a little more pleasant. And I'm going to be taking lots of pictures of things this summer, so you guys can get views of what's going on here around Wyoming. Love you much, and here we are at 13 minutes. I didn't shut up. Talk to you later. Blessing be.